Hey everyone, and welcome to your weekly reading. This week I felt guided to use the Tarot of Dreams, and this is for the week of October 22nd through October 28th, 2018. I have tea lights here for spirit, black onyx for protection, and really helping with transmuting negativity to positivity. Sorry I'm talking a little off the wall and I seem like I'm not like myself, but spirit is so strong the last few nights that it's hard to slow down a little bit. So I'm trying to absorb their energies. I feel a lot of spirits around me to the point where I was trying to do my job and they were scratching me and bruising me and trying to get my attention. And you can see here a bruise, and I had a scratch. I don't know if I could find it right now, but that was on my other arm that I received, and it's just really strange. And I thought at first this bruise was from trying to get a car seat into the vehicle, which it still could be, but spirit actually scratched me. I know that one for sure, but it's on my other arm somewhere. I think it actually healed up because as soon as I started paying attention to him or her, which I feel like it was a her, it disappeared. And plus I'm a really strong healer, and so I can heal myself pretty quickly at certain points in my life. Make a long story short, I'm here this week to provide you a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of insight, because I know I've been missing in action, and I do apologize for that. But getting back to the reading table, I have pine, I have some pine cones for fertility, for money, I have opalite for self-love, self-healing, lepidolite for anxiety and depression, and I have mystic marlinite. This is a really good stone for manifestation and manifestation quickly. So it's a very strong energy that a lot of people don't like to use because it's like such a strong magnet. So you really want to pay attention when you're holding it and what you're wishing for, okay? So it's a very strong wishful stone. I highly recommend it for shamans and healers and anyone that is really getting into their manifestation with the Holy Spirit. But again, be careful how you use it. Then I also have my ring here. This has got Blade Over Shield by Joey Morris in it. And it's a very strong protection oil. And then this is an actual rose quartz ring. And so that is for self-love and healing. So I wanted to, always present that to you guys on a daily basis when I do readings or healing. So I wear that every single day. And it also reminds me of the Holy Spirit. And then I have Mother Mary candle, even though it's not lit over there. And then I have my Beware Raven Baby, which is really good for me to use when I am tapping into the spirit world. It's my animal totem. Sweet peas burning and this little burner here. And then I have pink Himalayan sea salt to really bring a detoxification into the environment as I'm doing a reading. And it's a really good protection mineral to have on the table. And then the last thing I wanted to discuss before I get into the reading is that I have Palo Santo and sage that I burn before I set up the table, okay? I call in my guides and your guides and all beings of light to assist me with this reading, and that everyone watching this gets a clear and accurate message for them. I do apologize. I have been missing in action. I hope to return a little bit more frequently, but again, I'm not making any promises because of the way things have been going recently. It's just been a lot of mixed energies, and I don't know where I'm heading at this point. But Raven of Hope is here to stay. I just don't know what's going on around that. So I want to make sure that I am taking accountability for things outside of Raven of Hope. So just thinking of the energies, and we're getting really close to Samhain, Halloween, and so I really want to do a Halloween reading for everyone that watches, since, if you can't afford a reading personally, you can get one publicly. I want to try pick a card to really bring new videos forward and do some more soft-spoken videos as well. But this week we have the Knight of Cups, and I read this intuitively, okay? I feel at this time, with the seahorse present, there is energies of the male male perspective, okay? So when I say that is we all have male, female energies in us, as we know this. I'm not saying that, you are one or the other if you don't want to have a identity for that as a gender role. But with this energy, this is talking about deep emotions, someone that is maturing, someone that is learning. The seahorse is about friendship. It's about really going down deep within yourself and finding that friendship within yourself and how you can progress forward with protection, with loyalty, and with honesty with yourself. You're protecting yourself. You're being aware of your energies. What is your weakness? What is your strength? You are no longer allowing energies to push you down to a point of where you cannot rise above it, or you are drowning from toxicity. So, in my opinion, this week you're going to have to learn something new in order to progress forward in the direction that you want to. I'm hearing tough lessons learned. So, in other words, there might be something that you have not been wanting to see. This has to do with the darker aspects of life. It's confronting a part of you that you put on the back burner, you procrastinate, or you don't want to say, I'm not stubborn, or I'm not like that way. But Spirit is inviting you to look at that aspect so that you can grow, so that you can ascend through this night into the king and queen archetype, okay? Or the high priestess or the magician, so that you can manifest more rapidly, so you're not blocking yourself from anything emotional, okay? Again, you're having another night in Wands. So the Wands is about passion. We see the dragon here. So this is about understanding that you need to protect yourself to go forward. You have the symbols of the triangle pointing up. So I'm seeing the Egyptian pyramids. I'm seeing the air element pointing up. So you're connecting to spirit. You're connecting to ancient wisdom. You're tapping into that crown chakra. You're tapping into not only your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root. You're using all your chakras to push the energy up. So this is reminding me of the Kundalini energy, which I am attuned to that. Kundalini energy is a wonderful modality to use to open up your chakras even wider, going up through the root to the crown. So you're really pushing up those energies. You're bringing back warmth through the spirit of earth that God created, and really just transforming, relighting, re-energizing all that is. So it's about your energetic self this week. When we see the wands, we have the Two of Wands, and this is, in my opinion, about balance, not only with your root, with what you need, what you want, but what you're verbally saying, what you're verbally doing. You want to make sure it's in alignment so that you won't have a scattered focus. So it'll be easier to transition into your goals, so that you're not fighting against yourself, that others are not pushing you in a different direction than you want to go. It's a little bit about boundary setting this week, but it's also about understanding that you have to have a little bit of empathy for others, but don't forget empathy for yourself. Because I feel like in this week, and I don't know if you see it, but I've seen like a little mist go over there above the black onyx. So that's telling me that Spirit is trying to get your attention. Spirit is trying to balance out your perspective of, okay, I have to be mentally aware, I have to be in this 3D reality, but Spirit also wants me to be aware of the energies that are surrounding me and the resources surrounding me to get the help I need, to get the support I need in order to find that mental and that spiritual balance. So I don't feel like I'm going, as what Spirit's telling me, against the grain. You want to make sure that you are having a smooth transition into this week, because I see the weeks following as a lot of change, a lot of progression, and a lot of ascension. But again, you have to be prepared. They're showing me having a shield of protection, so calling on the angels, calling on Archangel Michael, calling on your deities or your ancestors or your inner strength, your inner archetype of the warrior, so that you can face these options. You can face these choices and make the right one for you without too much negative influence. Because if you're going to follow the negative influence, Spirit is telling me that you're going to get depressed, you're going to feel sheltered, you're going to feel restricted, you're going to feel imprisoned. And this has to do with a lot of our emotional and mental stability. So again, you want to make sure you're taking care of your mental health this week, okay? When this card comes up, this is about opening doors, opening passions. Again, I'm hearing from Spirit, if I'm reading this intuitively and clairvoyantly, it's a different feeling if someone was going to come on here and dictate or even critique me of what the actual card means. But if you want to do that, that's fine. I'd love to hear your opinion, but I go off this intuitively and clairvoyantly and what my guides tell me through the cards. And what this energy is calling to say is that there is a lot of opportunities beyond this difficult threshold. And this is the reason why at the beginning of the reading we talked about facing or confronting a part of us that we just don't want to deal with. It might be stubbornness, it might be fear of verbalizing something, it might be standing up for what we believe in, it might even be, saying yes to ourselves and saying no to other people, it might be of getting over people pleasing, it might be getting over fear of rejection, whatever it might be. You have to go through this, you have to heal it, you have to integrate it so that you have all these opportunities through the threshold. Because if you stay on the other side, there's not much opportunity. Yes, there is still some growth, there is still some providing energies, but you're not going to get that full enlightenment, that full God-sent birthright, unless you go through this limiting belief, this limiting block that you've placed upon yourself, okay? You have to do it. You have to face your fears and go forward. Temperance is saying, have patience with yourself, understanding that you have to balance emotions with passion, water with fire. You have to have them on it. It's the perspective. It's hard to explain, but what Spirit's trying to say is that you want to reflect what you want. You don't want to feel emotionally unavailable for your goals, because you'll never reach them. If you're fearful of your goals, you'll never have that passion to go forward and light that on fire and succeed in it. So it's about really digging deep and healing those wounds, healing those aspects of yourself that's afraid, and really saying, I need to deal with this first so that I could be in alignment with going forward, and knowing that I have promises from God that He is going to transmute any negativity into positivity. I don't have to choose pain over soothing, soothing yourself, self-soothing, finding the support, the reflection that you need in order to feel peace in your life. You have to stay hydrated. You can't always be on the go and burn yourself out, because it's going to cause a lot of elements in your life that you feel like you're being judged rather than watched out for, okay? With this card being in reverse, the King of Coins, this is saying that you don't want to necessarily always... It's kind of hard to explain what Spirit's telling me clairvoyantly and clairaudiently and clairsentiently, because I work with all my clairs, but this is saying that I'm hearing God say something about if you put too much faith in man, which this could be the archetype of the ruler or the king, like the card depicts, or man or someone in a power of authority. You can't always put your money and investments of people that, probably know what they're doing, but necessarily is not going to provide that emotional security that you're looking for. You need to give it to God. And I'm hearing God say, don't tithe away your savings. He's telling me it's good to tithe, but it's also good to tithe to yourself. God has provided you a job, has provided you with information, with resources and support that you need to invest back into yourself so that you can even provide more for God later in the future and provide more for yourself and those around you in the future. So it's really saying that, don't just think one way, but this being in reverse, it's saying that think a little bit different this week so that you have different opportunities for the future and that you're not stuck in this innocent, I don't want to say really innocent, but naive is more like it, energy to where you're doing it to people please or be careless or caring too much about what he said, she said sort of energy. You're worrying about what you feel, because the last card is Hermit. And this is about solitary selfhood. It's about taking time with Spirit, with the Holy Bible, with holy music, or music. It doesn't have to be holy. It's something that feels good to you. It's about understanding what your plans are and going forth in those and not self-sabotaging, because I've seen a little bit of self-sabotage in this week if you choose to go through that again. But Spirit is trying to help you, relinquish that, get rid of that, destroy that and build up, because I'm seeing clairvoyantly and tarot, the Tower. And so God is trying, Spirit's trying, your higher self is trying, and the angels is trying to get you this week to rebuild in a more safe and secure and more liberated aspect so that you can re-engage in that archetype of that warrior, of that archetype of the hermit. And so when you come out of your little hermit hole, so to speak, and you seek that Holy Spirit and that light within you and the light from God, you are supercharged to go after what you want without what God is telling me, the devil or negative aspects or negative influences to impact you so much that it brings you down so quickly, okay? He says it's okay to hit rock bottom, but now it's time to go inward and find that peace and strength and that energy to provide for yourself like you've provided for others, and put yourself first this week so that you can connect with Spirit easily and access what you want so that you can get what you want, without any guilt or fear of something coming back to haunt you. So it's about really healing yourself threefold so that you can be really balanced to go forward in the week with a new fresh perspective, almost the rebirth energy, and allow Spirit to guide you and carry you and understand that you're deserving, because I see a lot of underlining energies within this week that a lot of people are getting too comfortable with falsehood is what I'm seeing clairvoyantly, and I feel like a little pain in my heart chakra. So Spirit is saying that, don't hold on to that any longer. It's just going to make you more sad, and it's going to get you in a place that is, going to take longer to receive what you deserve. So don't be a block to yourself this week. I hope that this has somewhat made sense. I know it's been kind of long and rambly, and it's been kind of all over the place, but I do hope that it makes sense to you. And if not, some, maybe all has made sense and has really touched your heart and spirit. I'm sending you much Reiki blessings. Thank you so much for supporting. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you would like to donate for this reading, I will leave my link to PayPal down below. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Looking forward to the next reading. And I just can't wait to speak with you all individually for orders or just to chat. Many blessings.